Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Author of the book, Mr. Piyush Bagale, in absentia, Mr. Tushar Gandhi, Professor Apurva Anand, Shri Amit Sachdeva, Professor Vipin Kumar Tripathi, Mr. Shastri Ramachandran, Dr. Ashok Marpane, Mr. Anil Navriya, Professor Afzal Wasim, and all other dear friends, ladies and gentlemen. This function of book release was to be presided over by the chairman of the Institute of Objective Studies. Unfortunately, he is unwell and could not come, but he communicated his feelings at the moment. He meant to say that Gandhi was an idea. He was not just a person. And that idea kept going on with history. He met challenges from persons and systems in his times. And that thing continues. And when Piyush ji came with a proposal for writing the book, Dr. Saab felt that there has been a lot written on Gandhiji, what remains to be done. And then he felt at the same time, as probably Piyush ji is a very prolific thinker, I can understand it as I have been in legal research for a long time, around 43 years, and then we could understand that he can write something with objectivity. And that's how the process should continue. IOS is not like any political organization. It's not also any religious organization. It is not also any parochial kind of sentiment. It's a true objective studies research institution. And therefore we divorce all kinds of thoughts which emerge out of vanity. We believe in objectivity, scientificity, reality, and then we believe in what can be identified by anybody that what is what. I always say I like from Prophet Muhammad, the best of the prayers he used to say, "Oh God, show me the things as they are. Allahumma arina haqaika kama hiya." Show me the things as they are. We can say, God, show us Gandhi, Mohandas as he is. So the books should be written, continue to write, but one thing is very important, please be real, neutral, unbiased, focused. And here I may say, one of the great personalities of human history has been, you know him with the name of Muhammad Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. I was thinking for a long time that he had two uncles. One was Abu Talib, another was Abu Lahab. Abu Talib had love for him, Abu Lahab had hatred for him. No Maulvi, no scholar was giving me an answer. Ultimately, I found that sometimes hatred can develop just from a truthful. And what had happened that once Abu Talib and Abu Lahab, they had a fight, maybe on some property, maybe on anything, and then Abu Lahab pushed down Abu Talib, and he was pressing him very badly. And then Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was observing it. He pulled Abu Lahab and threw him to that side and allowed Abu Talib to get up. And that became the cause of his hatred throughout. When he became the prophet also, he knew that he is right. He is talking of justice, equality, fraternity, no black, no white, no royals, no slaves, nothing like that. How could anybody deny it? But still had hate because of this thing. Okay, he did not allow me to take revenge from him. And he saved this fellow from my insult. Might be who loves Gandhi, who hates Gandhi, what he did, when he wanted to pick, if anybody had fallen, he wanted to lift him, anybody was doing that. We can, through these analogies, we can understand anything. And that's how books should be continued to be written, and there should be analysis of things, analysis of facts, and they should be put forward the best they can be, and that's the Institute of Objective Studies that's doing. And then she has added 33 chapters. There can be hundreds of perspectives of Gandhi. There can be hundreds and thousands of situations where Gandhiji can be described. I think we should do it, as we find that there are the people who hate him at home, there are the people who love him at home, and there are most of the people who love him in the international arena, globally. And that's we find the people like King Martin Luther Jr., maybe even so many other, this Nelson Mandela, and I don't know for how long, and maybe up to eternity, people may keep admiring a person, that how he behaved, how he positioned himself, and then as regards taking decisions on different movements. There can be sometimes a kind of lapse or some kind of omission of certain things, but as regards the intention of the person, that is very important. And that's how he would always say, God, judge me by my intentions and not by my deeds. And why we should continue to do it? We can have people, we can have wise people, but at the same time, I think the person is quite exemplary and presentable, and whenever we want to give a good look to the country, to the nation, anywhere, in any corner of the world, we say we belong to the land of Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi at that time. We are none else to present. We say we belong to him. He belongs to us. And then anywhere, he never failed to give the message of peace. He never failed to give the message of what we say, discrimination and this fighting discrimination and all other things. That's how I would say. But definitely, he has also evolved. We can't say that anybody has just come down as a prophet or an avatar and like that. But he evolved, his thought evolved. But by the grace of Almighty, he got to the right track. And that's how the difficult moments then, when he was alive and doing things, there was a wrong track, there was a right track. Same was later on, same is today, same shall be tomorrow. The version of his things given in this book, I think they act as a guide, that they help us to take a decision, that whether we should take the right path or we should take another path. And it's always the call of nature that we must always follow the right path, because that perpetuates, that sustains, and that's how I think Institute of Objective Studies has and would like that many more people come out with the writings, and they can be presented to the humanity across the globe, in the nation, and if we do it, I think we have enough to present to the world. Maybe a day will come when Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, and then so many others, they may be forgotten, but Gandhi may still survive. It is possible. Many of the thinkers, many of the leaders of the world, and maybe tomorrow Chinese may forget Mao Zedong, and they may say, "Nay, Gandhi is right. Gandhi is correct. Gandhi should be followed." This is possible. I am telling you, it's not that somebody will feel that today I have something in hand and I shall make it prevail. No. It is the nature of the things that makes things prevail. It is strength should be within the idea. As I always say, that India did not invade Japan, India did not invade Mongolia, it did not invade Central Asia, it did not invade China, but who took the thought of Mahatma Buddha to those places? The strength was in the thought itself. It traveled like that. In the same way, we Indians should not be swayed away by any kind of idea that, okay, probably we want to prevail by might or this thing or trickery on the world. No. Let us give our civilization that kind of beauty, that kind of richness, that kind of acceptability, that we are ourselves accepted as such by the whole of the world. And that has already happened when Gandhiji left in 1947. The next year, the United Nations adopted the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Can you find any difference between the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and the thought of Mahatma Gandhi? Please compare it. You'll find he lives in that. Then so many international instruments came, human rights documents, so many. Compare them. His thought about empowerment of women, others, and then removing discrimination, eliminating illiteracy. And even I would say the sustainable development goals which have been adopted by United Nations to be followed from 2015 to 2030, in which no hunger, no poverty, no discrimination, no illiteracy. Is it not coinciding with the thought of Gandhi? I believe people must come forward and write on it that what is there about sustainable development goals, and read Gandhi in that context if you have thought about it. Cooperation at the global level, please look at it, how he would advocate the cooperation and all other things. I'm again going to say that there is much to be said, but all what I said is also a lot. I never say I didn't have time, I would have spoken a lot. Whether I have time for 2 days, I'll speak. I have time for 5 minutes, that's also enough. The thing is that how much we understand and ponder, but at the same time, let me tell towards the end that how some more research would explain that if Prophet is hated, why? There must be something, we have to go factually correct. That does entangle things. And that's how at the end, I think we have to look to the principles, and we have enough of them. I think we can lead the world, really, and be acclaimed as Vishwa Gurus, but along with Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. That's